hate all my YouTube members who have been with me since I started YouTube or shortly after or whatever. Anybody who's been a member, I appreciate you greatly. As you guys know, I've not been doing great at content creating for the better part of the last 3 months. The only way that I can explain that, and I'm sure not many of you are even going to see this, but I feel like I owe my members a talk, I guess. Once, you know, to save on gas money, my husband started taking the car. It got colder. I couldn't do a lot of outside content, and inside content is pretty hard when you have a myriad of dogs who will bark at their own farts. So it makes it really hard to do inside content as well. And doing content on YouTube is pretty hard because a lot of people have to have like editing software, and I didn't have any editing software. So if I was going to do anything, it was going to have to be in a one-shot stop, and that's really hard for somebody like me to do content in one shot when it's about a topic that is going to require quiet and is going to require me to not have to look at notes or whatnot because of my memory issues. Therefore, there's been a lack in content because honestly, I don't know what to do. I had floated an idea a month or two ago that I still kind of really want to do, and basically it's to do shorter form blip type stories, but I haven't been able to do them yet. I'm in this weird mental block where I have a lot of ideas, but I don't have the wherewithal to put them into fruition. So I'm trying to get something up in my head to where I can start getting more content out. I do have limited access to some editing software, so I am going to try to do something with that to where I feel more comfortable doing content that is more palatable. You guys can see from my lives or my videos that I use a lot of sentence fillers. I've been called on it for the past 3 years. My husband's even like, "You're the queen of ums." I know. It's hard when you're... a lot of times I have a hard time finding my words, or a word will escape me mid-sentence, and then I get sidetracked. And it's hard to complete a sentence, and so you try to fill it with, so you're not just staring blankly at a screen and just stopping what you're saying. Geez, man, once you point it out, you just realize that you do it all the time. It's... my whole life, I've never had a problem speaking in public, speaking in front of people. But as I get older and my brain fog is getting worse between fibro fog and decades of antipsychotic and mental health medications, my brain isn't what it used to be, unfortunately. And even topics that I'm super knowledgeable on, I end up sounding like I have no idea what's going on, because I will forget what I'm talking about, where I'm going, the point I'm trying to make, and it makes it hard to put out video content worthy videos. That wasn't right. Anyway, so basically I'm at this weird stalemate where I want to do content that is important enough to do and put together well enough that people are going to enjoy it, and because I know I can't, I just do nothing. It's kind of like in ADHD, where you have so many things to do and you don't know where to start, so you just freeze and you do nothing because you don't know where to start. My husband is a great example of that ADHD thing. If he's got to clean something, he doesn't know where to start, and I got to like point him in different directions. And then once he gets going, he's really good at finishing. But I don't have somebody to just hold up a cue card for me and be like, okay, this is where we're going to start. This is what we're going to do. And I'm having to do that myself. And with having everything that's been going on with me lately at the forefront of my mind, it's very hard for me to say, okay, look, I'm going to do a 5-minute video. I'm going to do a 10-minute video on a topic without my brain going off in another direction or forgetting what I'm doing or saying. And kind of like that just happened. But I'm here, and I'm gonna be trying to do better, even if I guess at this point I would rather try and it not go as well as I'd hoped than to not try at all, because for the past 3 months I've really not done what I should be doing, and I need to find a way to get past that block to where I can actually content create. It's been hard because sometimes you want to share very personal things or stories, and because of my online presence the past 4 years, it makes it hard, because when people don't like you, they will crucify everything you say, everything you do. They will twist anything that comes out of your mouth. They will hold your vulnerabilities against you. And it makes it very hard to be a real person talking about their real life and their real thoughts on things and what they're going through, when you always have where people are going to use it against you. You talk about the bad times in your life or the hard times in your life, and people will, 3 weeks down the line, throw it in your face. And I've always tried to be very real with my followers and down to earth and show the goods and the bads. And it makes it really hard to do that when you're talking about something that's hard for you, or a hard situation, or a hard time you're going through. And then, you have some good times, and then a bad time shows up, or you have a good time and people throw the bad time in your face, or you're already in a bad time and they throw more bad times on you. And instead of just realizing that the person behind the screen is a real person and that words do affect them, and that when somebody is sharing their vulnerable moments or their sad moments or their down moments, that instead of trying to use it against those people, to realize that that could be you. And it makes it hard, because there's a lot of content I want to create, but I'm scared to do it. And it really sucks, because I have really good followers. I always have. I have people that have been following me for 4 years, and I've had really good followers, and I've had really great people, and I've met really great people along the way that I wouldn't have found without social media. But I've also found a lot of people that, for whatever reason, have a not so good view of me. And it's hard when I want to give my followers one thing and I feel like I can't, because it's just going to be an issue with other people. And it really sucks, because I feel like I owe my followers what they followed me for to begin with. And I can't do that as much now, because I'm always worried about how is it going to affect me down the line. Every time that there is a good thing that happens to me, I'll talk about a good thing, and then a bad thing will happen, and they'll throw the good thing in my face. Well, yeah, well, you bought this, you did this, and now here you are asking for money or whatever, because life happens. And so it's hard to talk about the good things because they're thrown in your face. And then it's hard to talk about the bad things because then they're thrown in your face. And so it makes it very hard to effectively do any content, because if you're doing it based off of your life or what's going on with you, if you can't talk about the good and you can't talk about the bad, what are you left with? So then I'm left with doing content that I know, which is true crime, but unfortunately, because of my brain fog, I get very sidetracked and forget key details that are very important. So then I feel like I'm not doing the best job that I could do, because I'm leaving out key details, and then I'll go back and watch it and realize, oh, I left this out, I left that out, can't fix it, didn't have editing software, don't know how to do it. And so I just feel like I'm chasing my tail, going around in circles, and I can't actually effectively get anything done. And so I've been wanting to make this video for some time, and I've rambled on 50 different topics at this point. This is exactly why I don't want to do anything. But I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm going to try to do better. And I know I've said it a million times, but I just got to figure out what it is I'm doing.